And Lauren is someone who would never, ever, ever, ever feel comfortable sharing such a deep and dark and hurtful, painful tragedy unless she was in a position where somebody was willing to put on her shoes for one day. I believe that there is a lot of people inside of your schools that have reasons beyond our understanding, and they are painful reasons, and the majority of what they really are needing is to have a teenager sit down and just ask them a couple questions about their life and then listen. And then when they make short answers, ask them like, hey, tell me a little bit more about that. And I believe that a part of what this whole entire conference is for is to remind you of what you're going to school with. Because it's easy to forget it and just to treat everyone like they're just some part of your school, like they're just like a person. But they have a name and they have a story and they have a reason why. And everything you see that could be possibly criticized or negatively discussed, the reason and the reality behind it is so important to find out and to discover. Because when you do, it changes everything about the way that you will look at this person. I guess the question that I want to really help you consider here on this tonight is, are you going to be willing to set aside your own time, to set aside your own heart, and to be able to spend a day in somebody's shoes that you would normally not want to spend time with? Guys, it's so much easier to hang out with guys that look like you, act like you, talk like you, walk like you, are like you. That's easy. That's not special. That doesn't require leadership. That's not greatness at all. That's normal. Normal is I mentor people who are just like me. But if you want to be different, you want to be set apart, you want to be special, you want to make a great difference, you're going to have to learn how to build a bridge towards people who are different than you. And that's something most people don't do at your age. They won't sit down with somebody super different than them and ask them questions and find out what's going on in their world. It's harder to do, but it's so essential. And I think that that's a part of what you guys are here for. You don't come to this thing because you want to be normal. You don't come to Stars because you want to be average. You don't come in here to try to go to the workshops and set aside time and take notes and try to grow and learn how you can make a bigger impact because you just want to be typical. You do it because you want to be special, impactful, meaningful. Last night we talked about that. And you stood up and said, I will make a difference. I will not quit. I'm going to care, even when it feels like they don't care, that I do care. These are things that you meant and you said. And I now want to give you a little bit more of a specific, practical thing, an assignment for the rest of the summer as your mind is thinking and considering what is ready for you coming in the school year. I want you to think about what you've just heard read. And I want you right now to even consider, who's in your school that is different than you, not like you, that it would massively impact their life if you would spend one day in their shoes? And what do I mean by that? I don't mean that you're actually going to go home with them and follow them around. That's weird. What I mean is that you're going to get to know them and find out their story. Hey, tell me a little bit more about your journey, your story. Hey, tell me so what's your story like? You brothers, sisters, your mom, dad, where are you guys from? Are you guys from this area? And you just begin to find out their journey, their story. And as you do that, what will emerge is the why behind the what. And if you can learn to care more about the why behind the what, you're going to make an impact in people that you never would have cared for, you never would have talked to.